Hello, it's the Saturday Wrap. The Saturday Wrap for Saturday, the 20th of December 2025. Live from, it should be Caerphilly, but it's actually Bedwas because you probably know the reason why. Anyway, this was my week. This was my week of weather. This was my week of beer. This was my week of updates and tech and things like that. And it's nearly Christmas, which is a bit of a shock, to be perfectly honest. Anyway, let us start with the word or phrase of the week. And this is Time Magazine's word of the year, and it's slop. Usually referred to in conjunction with AI, and it's the stuff that it produces in buckets falls, and it's a bit rubbish. It's slop, and you should get rid of it. I think 2026 will be even more slop, to be perfectly honest. But there you go. Anyway, the app of the week. Let's go cross-platform, iOS, Android, on the web, Apple, Macintosh, etc. It's Google Maps, and I'm a Waze user, and I like Apple Maps, but maps.google.com, if you're planning a journey or you just want to use Street View, I know the others have it, but it's still the best, and I think it's great. And I like the mobile apps. They are accurate. They are good. In fact, I don't think it's ever let me down. So there you are. There's the app of the week, Google Maps, on whatever platform takes your pick. The thing of the week. I think Greg Lake said it best in, I believe, in Father Christmas, but instead it just kept on raining. Okay, Monday was an amber rain warning. Wednesday was a yellow. Thursday was a yellow. It hasn't not rained this week. The weekend is, depending on you look at, tomorrow we could be okay, but it's likely to rain. Sunday is likely to rain. Monday is likely to rain. I think Tuesday is better, but it's just rain, and it's dark, and it's a bit blowy, and it's depressing, and that is the traditional British Christmas, because weather, lots of weather, weather plus. Anyway, to make things a little bit happier, time and a place music. This actually reminds me of work for strange reasons. Anyway, it popped up in my suggestions on YouTube. It's Happy by Pharrell Williams. The video of that just keeps on coming back and coming back. Apparently, just came out as a single, although it was soundtrack to, I can't remember, Despicable Me, something like that, 2013. 12 years ago. Wow. Although having said all of that, yeah, it is quite cheery, and although it's not raining at the moment, it is looking very angry out there. And it reminds me of good times. Not the best times, just good times. There you go. Anyway, after this was complete last week on the Friday, Apple updated practically everything. They are system updates, so they're nice bits and pieces. However, the changelog shows lots and lots of security updates. So if you haven't updated either to 26 or 17 or whatever, do it now. Do it immediately. Don't mess around. Your machine is insecure. Anyway, Saturday morning, there was a frost. I put washing out on the line because it was sunny, strangely, and it immediately froze. Yeah. Although it mostly was dry at the end of the day, but there was the odd spot and all that sort of stuff. Whatever. Anyway, I had a beer on Saturday afternoon in the project, Caerphilly, from Asvec Brewing in Liverpool. It was called Scoop Cheesecake. Was it Blueberry Cheesecake? Scoop Blueberry Cheesecake. 6% alcohol by volume. I couldn't get it out of the can. You had to roll it and then let it sit for 5 minutes. It smelt wonderful. It looked wonderful. It was like sludge and beer together. But I broke the can in the end. And I'm not the only one who said perhaps this isn't the correct method of dispense. Having a baked bean tin, like we could rip the top off and pour it all in, it was wonderful. I would recommend it, but cans, bit tricky. I think it possibly is my beer of the year. Anyway, Sunday, the Malcolm Uphill, Festive Chiefs, Chiefy Page, Stompy. Yeah, Christmas. The chief is the chiefiest chief. That's all I can say about that. Monday in work, three power cuts before 8 o'clock. Yeah, great. The only thing I'll say is the emergency lighting works a treat. Works an absolute treat. Nothing to do with the office, more to do with power, not power gen, national grid. It's happened once too often. There you go. Anyway, were we in the amber zone on Monday? Weren't we in the amber zone? I don't think it rained as much as amber zone raining would be, but it was horrible. There you go. And I didn't like it. Tuesday, put socks on the line because it was going to be dry. It mostly was dry, but the socks didn't dry. This has been my week, to be perfectly honest. There you go. And also on Tuesday, uninstalling Facebook Messenger on Mac and on Windows. I'm going to miss it. I know you can run it in the browser, which is what I'm doing, but I'm going to miss it. And you still got the iOS and Android versions. Oh, poo, etc. Anyway, also on Tuesday, Christmas tradition, the radio user guide arrived finally. Yeah, I don't think things have changed that much really, but it's like a Christmas tradition. Anyway, Wednesday morning, frosty before the yellow warning of rain. But there was a raffle in work of which I won something and I gave it away as a present. So, yay me. And there was a bacon and sausage sandwiches, which were lovely. Thank you very much, Joe. They were excellent. Thursday, base rate went down 25 basis points. If you got a mortgage, good news for you. Savers, not so good. However, in the tumble, Woodford Brewery nog. The nog was on. The nog was wonderful. I loved it. Noggage. Anyway, Thursday, shaved head. Friday, today, although I know it says Saturday, Black Friday, half an hour early in the tumble. On the left, there were probably about one. There were a lot of people in there. It wasn't quite full, but everyone was loading up with food, ready to go, etc. I'm glad I'm going to be away from it, to be perfectly honest. At Christmas time, Black Friday, no fun at all. Emergency services, no fun for you. Anyway, I wish you a merry and healthy Christmas, and I shall be back at you next week, post Christmas and post Boxing Day, moaning on about things. That's what I do. Anyway, bye bye.